Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today I want to talk about these new Mighty Max style playsets by PeariA. These are really cool. If you are a fan of Mighty Max, I think you're going to like them. Let's get to it. Hill's Toy Collection. So before we take a closer look at these, the new playsets by PeariA, and I really hope I'm saying that correctly because that's what I'm going to be calling it the rest of this video. But before we talk about these, we need to kind of talk about why or where these came from. So these are kind of based off of Mighty Max. And if you're not familiar with that, these were mini playsets that came out in the 90s. They could look like either a dragon, maybe even a spider. They even had a zombie hand, and they would open up like this, and they would have little figures and stuff inside. You got Mighty Max here, and then you've got a couple villains or whatever, and then this really cool detailed play set. So this was a really cool line made by Bluebird. Back in the 90s, it also had a cartoon and stuff. Before Mighty Max, there was Polly Pocket. Polly Pocket came first. These were more geared towards the girls, and then they decided they wanted to do a boy line, which was for Mighty Max. So these style were more like compacts because they were like girl compacts for their makeup and stuff, and it would open up. And you like this one here is like a wedding chapel, and you'd have Polly and some of the like other little figures in here. And here's Polly, if I can get her out, right there. So you have those, and then Mattel took over the license, and they started making a keepsake collection. So they started re-releasing some of the vintage ones. And then they also are doing other licenses like Friends and Stranger Things and Addams Family and even Harry Potter. So they've been kind of branching out into that, but Mattel has not done any Mighty Max figures yet. So PeariA, like what's really cool is they started making their own. And I'll get more into this when we're actually talking about these little play sets, but they kind of ended the Mighty Max line and started their own line with Rover Robin. So that's kind of like a little history about what was going on, the reason why these are here. So let's actually take a closer look at the play sets themselves. First, let's go over the packaging. You can kind of see in the background, I put some vintage Mighty Max play sets back there. But let's go over the packaging of the first wave. This one is the Mighty Hat. So this is kind of their way of having the end of Mighty Max story. So then they can eventually start their Rover Robin story. So let's go over the packaging first. This is the first wave. There's the back artwork. I do want to say, and I do have a vintage card. It's the hand one. But look at the artwork compared to the vintage card. I mean, they did such a good job with that artwork. It looks like it came from Mighty Max. So, and then a little sneak peek, but this right here, this mega head, so it's Mighty Max Combat's Warmonger. This was an unproduced toy that they did make, and so the fact that they have it there, it's on their Instagram, you can check it out. But if they release that is going to be really awesome, to be able to get like an unreleased, unproduced toy. So anyways, let's get back to these. So here's this one. They did a variant color for each one of these. So here's the variant. It's more of a translucent gray hat. And there's the back, having the same story. If you want to pause this and read about what happens to Mighty Max, go right ahead. And then this is the first of their Rover Robin. So hunts Rudolph. Really cool. And keeping with that artwork. Just looks great. And then right here, these are on pre-order. You can pre-order these now on Big Bad Toy Store. And these are more of the size of like the Doom Zones. They might actually be a little bit bigger, but they're probably more on the size of that. These ones right here are more of the size of the horror heads in comparison. So there's that one. And then they had a variant collar. Which looks really good. Again, great artwork. And they did on both waves, they did do a Christmas themed one on both waves, because these were supposed to come out around Christmas time both years. So I believe initially on Big Bad, these were going to be released in December of 2023, but they didn't come out, at least we didn't get them until it was either January or February of 2024. And then the next wave that I'm going to show you after we take these out is those ones came out, I think either January or February of this year. So 2025. So that's why they had, I'm assuming that's why they had a Christmas themed one on each set. So let's go ahead and take these out and have a closer look. One thing I will say real quick is on the first series, I really like how it was collector friendly packaging. The second series is not its regular packaging, but I did like this because you can kind of just slip it off and then take the figure out along with the playset. So that was really nice, and then you can kind of close it back up. And then there's kind of, if you can see here, instructions on where to put Max, and you can close it up and stuff. But so that was really clever packaging. I did like that. So looking at the Mighty Hat one, you can see the detail in here. If you know anything about Mighty Max, there's a lizard there. I'm guessing that would be maybe his pet lizard. And then there's the portal, because his hat in the show always was like a magic hat that he could create portals and go through, and that's how he got to the different adventures and stuff like that. So that's kind of a reference there. And this would be the portal that's, kind of ending his story there. So you can set him, he sets right in there. And what's really neat too is you can see here he's got like this dagger or blade, but when you go and you close the hat, it actually makes one of the teeth on the hat, because in this one his hat becomes evil or something like that. So, but they're really neat, really neat play sets. Like I said, they're kind of like the horror heads. So in a way, like this right here, this piece is a part of Max inside. So it's his knife, and then it becomes, well, it's hard to do this, but it becomes a part of the outside. So that's kind of a reference for there. It becomes part of the eye for that. So, but you can see usually there's like a bad guy or a villain just molded into the play set, and then you would have Max just a place. And then so these are like the horror heads, vintage ones. So that's what these kind of remind me of. So here is the variant, and you can see it's like this translucent plastic. Very cool. When you close it up, you can see the one tooth there. So I like how you can kind of see in there. Very cool. And then the Rudolph one, this is where they introduced Rover Robin. So you have like the Rudolph monster molded in. Then around here, you can see Rover Robin standing in there. So really neat play sets. I like what they did for the first wave, just kind of introducing the new characters and the style that they're going to be doing. Then here's the variant. I believe this one glows in the dark. So you see there. And then you can see Rover Robin. So pretty good detail. I really like what they've done. And you can see an MR right there. I'm guessing maybe referencing like Mighty Max and Rover Robin. So very neat. Let's go ahead and look at Wave 2. Also forgot to show you this close. So you can take Rover Robin, lay him down in there. And when you close it up, his lamp becomes one of the eyes for Rudolph. And then this right here, it's like a hole right there, becomes the other eye. So that's really good sculpting. I thought that was neat. Now we're going to start with Rover Robin for Series 2. This one is Rover Robin Crushes Gingerbread Man. So just look at that. That is so cool. You have the gingerbread man. See on the artwork how he's got this like metal claw. You can see that in there. And then you've got another gingerbread man villain. And then the back with the story. Feel free to pause this and read this if you want to. Then again shows the upcoming sets. And then Rover Robin. And then a story about him. So there's the regular one, and then this one here is the variant. So it's almost like instead of like the white icing for this on the gingerbread man, it's almost like green. It almost reminds me of like green goo, like out of Ghostbusters or something. I don't know, like Slimer or something, but it's really cool. And then you got another translucent gingerbread man that's in that green. You know, you got the gingerbread man there again, just colored differently. And so these will be great once we pull them out of the package so you can actually see them better. And then we have a new character. So this one is Master Yang. And this set is Quaguan. Hopefully I said that right. But that's really neat. And there's a little bit of something different on this one that I'll show you when we open it up, because you can actually remove this villain from there. He's not just molded in there. So very neat. And then here is the back for the story. Again, feel free to pause if you want to read that story. And then you have our new character here, Master Yang. And then it looks like some new sets that's going to be coming up with this character here. So very neat. All right. And then before I go and open these up, let's look at the variant. You have more of a translucent here, translucent character of him, and plus he's gold in this one. So see that. And then again, the artwork and everything on the back is pretty much the same. So let's go ahead and open these up and take a closer look. So now that we have them out of the package, let's start with the gingerbread man. And these are so cool. I kind of had it just sitting up there. This is the little guy that comes with it. It's really neat. And then here is the gingerbread man. We have Rover Robin there. Looks like he's got a saw kind of cutting in through the icing, and he can stand right in there. You can see other gingerbread men there. I'm guessing that's what these guys are. And then the big bad. And it kind of stands like that, and you can fold it up so they're like surrounding him. And then to close them up, oop, dropped him. He actually just slides right in here like that. You close this part up, then you close this part up, and look at that. That's neat. That's really cool. I like how that design looks. How you have the icing and gingerbread man. That's really neat. So then we're gonna go and I'll show you here. It actually says on here slime version, so it is the slime version. But here is the slime version of it. And then here is the little gingerbread man. Translucent, that's really neat. I think this is probably my favorite set so far. It just looks so good. And then you fold that over. I just really love that translucent slime looking part. And you got that MR again. So very cool. I like those ones. So those are the Rover Robin ones. Now we'll get into Master Yang. So he just kind of, where the yin yang is, he just stands in there. You kind of have what looks like a guy that had a really bad day. And then the monster here. And in the back, he makes the eyeball. So you can kind of push the eyeball out and bring him out. So he actually comes out of the sculpt. He looks really, really good. And then he can also kind of be his own like monster, like here, because it almost looks like he has pinchers and stuff. And then it's that guy. So close them all up. There's like a little tab right in there. Push there to get him in that tab. And in here, looks like right between his legs here. I'll get this correct. I had it there. So let's get him in there like that. And then you can close him up. There he is. It just has such great detail on these. It definitely looks like Mighty Max. So, and you can tell again the size of the horror heads. That's the size these ones are. So there's that one, and then there's the translucent Master Yang it came with. Then we have, like it shows on here, the bloody version. So this is the bloody version of it. And I like this one a lot too. Just that translucent red. Then how he's gold. And of course you can mix and match the figures in there. And then he comes out because he makes the eyeball like that too. So he comes out just like the other one. Kind of see the details and stuff on this. So that's really cool. Then he has that tab in there too. So go and just kind of press him in there. And here's the gold. Then he will lay in just like that one did. Just like that. There you go. I really like the variants. I think the variants look really cool in this line. Of course, I like translucent anyways, so I think that just, it looks really good with the colors and everything. And then this one came with a translucent blue. So, such a cool line. And as a bonus, after showing you these, I'm going to actually show you my wife's Polly Pocket collection. Just a little quick over of that. And then also our Mighty Max collection. So we'll see that next. Now I'm going to go ahead and start with her Polly Pockets. You can see some of the McDonald's one there. These are the keepsake. And then she's got a Paris one there. Her favorite, which is Wizard of Oz. I don't think it's exactly Polly Pocket branded, but it's a mini playset like the Polly Pockets. Then you got Cinderella's Castle, a couple other McDonald's toys, another keepsake, and then just go over these here, more Polly Pockets. Got one of those rings there. More of the compacts. And then these are kind of like knockoff rings. They're dolly lockets. It's kind of funny. And then kind of what I was talking about too with what Mattel Creations is doing. So there's a Friends one, another keepsake remake. This is one of the new keepsake ones. Other Pollys. There's Addams Family. And then that's the, if you can see it back there, the Harry Potter one. So, yep, that's just kind of a quick little glance of Polly Pockets. And here's our Mighty Max ones. So as you can see, we got the PeariA ones there. That is a mega head. That's the size of that unproduced one that they're working on. That'll be about the size of what that's going to be. All different kinds. Saw the zombie head, and you got now like this spider and the dragon. Those were actually mine from my childhood. Those are the only survivors. I only had 2 Mighty Max playsets when I was a kid, and those 2 both survived. So, oh, and this was kind of cool. So, Skull Mountain. This is like a really mini version of Skull Mountain right here. So, I want to give a shout out to Manzo Minis. He's on Instagram, and he actually makes these. So, like the little tiny box and everything. So that's super cool. Yeah. So then you have a Magnus. He actually still has his eyes for that Magus. He's missing the arm, but I have another one that's complete. I'll show you here too. These are more of the horror head stuff. Then you have a complete Skull Mountain, which pretty much most of these are all complete. This one's a harder one to get. He's only missing this little piece on the side. So, and then you've got the McDonald's ones. And then the watch. So that's based off of this Doom Zone here. So, and then we have the box for Dragon Island and the box for Magus. And then there's a complete one. And what's really hard with these is getting the eyes that are missiles. So usually those are missing. But yep, that's just a quick little showing of like the Mighty Max stuff that we have. So hope you enjoyed. And that's my review of the new PeariA mini playset toy line. I think these are great. Comment down below and let me know, because they have pre-orders, new pre-orders up on Big Bad, of bigger play sets they're doing. Let me know down below in the comments if it's something that you're interested in. Are you going to get more of these? And also let me know, do you want Mattel to actually make and continue either the Mighty Max line, or do you want them to remake some of the old play sets that they did? Let me know. And with that, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.